After finishing the main story and getting to the max level, the smartest thing to work on is your world tier and get that to 15. Not only will you then never lose world tier XP anymore, which is nice, but also all the content from the main game you replay or do for the first time will give you level 42 gear, which is like challenge tier 8 or 9 for the expeditions. Not to mention the free legendary weapons that you get for the high world tiers. Like really every farm you do after this will benefit from a high world tier. So in this video I wanted to give you an updated world tier farm because we learned some new things since the last video. So let's get into it. A like on the video would of course really help me out. And let's go. First, let's go over a quick update for the familiar world tier farm. If you want to skip ahead to the new farm, they can do that by looking at the video bar. Although this world tier farm is still really great and now got a bit better. Because many of you reached out in the comments under that recent video, including Caleb, with 2 extra chests that you can get here too. So thanks a lot for that. You of course start this farm by using the story point in the lobby and then going all the way back to the first city and then select this story point. When you spawn, you of course find a chest on your right hand side, and after clearing all the enemies in the first area, you will find another one over here, so to the opposite side of the path. And then actually after clearing the second area, you can find 2 extra chests as well. One by going up the stairs next to the bridge, and the other one is in an area that actually opens up on your right hand side. And if you just go there, you will find another chest. And sure, chasing these chests will totally slow down the world tier farm, but high chance that the moment you hit 30 after finishing the campaign, you do not have a lot of high rank epics. And these chests can sometimes give you really good items for basically nothing. So totally worth checking the chest when you start the farm or reach a new world tier so you get higher level items. Because this farm where you kill all the small enemies and then of course the alpha at the end in the second area is still really good and probably the easiest world tier farm out there. Because you of course do not want to die because then you lose progress, and dying here is pretty hard if you got everything under control. And look at the amount of progress you can make in 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and this was with getting all the chests. You can do it faster, and actually on the lower world tier it should be a bit easier too. You really get a ton. So in short, it's still an amazing farm. Once again, make sure that you have an automatic shotgun with the Perpetuum mobile mod, so it can replenish your magazine when it's at 35% or less after killing an enemy. So you basically never have to reload against these targets. And also use some sort of crowd control like freeze or crematorium, so the aggressive enemies are not always onto you. That's really nice. And some longer range weapons for the final enemies to nuke them real fast is really smart too. And by the way, quick side note, there is of course a chance that you don't have a purple automatic shotgun yet. Well, maybe you got a blue one, so then you can improve the rarity at the crafting station, select a different perk, and then you still got a purple shotgun. That's what I did. Although I can totally see why you want to try something else as well, and there are totally other ways to farm world tiers that could actually be a bit faster, but also harder, because you will be battling a boss instead. And then I'm talking about the monster hunts, and especially the big jaw in the quarry, which is really great. I tried multiple of them, but Big Jaw totally gave me the most XP after a 3-minute run or so. Here you see the gate monster hunt, for example, and this was the one in the wreckage zone. These are all great as well, but I would recommend the Big Jaw, although it can be a bit challenging without the right mods. First of all, shoutouts to Craze Gaming and a link to his channel in the video description, because he showed how you can easily redo these missions. It's actually quite obvious, but I never really thought of it. So one thing that is important to know is that if you return to the lobby in the middle of combat, you actually save your world tier XP. While, of course, if you die, you lose it. So that is already great. What this means is that you can jump into a monster hunt area, kill all the enemies except for one, and then return to the lobby. Now, if you hit continue, you will have saved your world tier XP and can start the whole encounter again. But if you do kill every enemy, and for the Big Jaw encounter that can totally occur, then you want to fast travel to the nearby point where you also picked up the quest. Then go to your menu, and then you can like abandon it and then immediately pick it up again. So this works for every monster hunt, by the way, but let's take a step back, because if you already completed this and brought the trophy to Noah in Trench Town, then you first have to complete all the other monster hunts before you are able to reset all the encounters again. So you have to keep that in mind. They of course can do this tactic for other monster hunts, but again, Big Jaw gives the most XP for the shortest window. You can start this by going from the expedition story point and then fast travel back to the quarry. Then run up to the flag and there you can fast travel to the spot right here and pick up the mission. The area is very close by, just enter it and then you will have to fight a lot of smaller enemies. So I take them out also with that same freeze and perpetuum mobile shotgun, and then at one point the big guy will show up after killing all the ads and you can already damage him when he's not in the arena yet. So give everything you have and then just kite him a bit. I used the Phantom Dash mod, which you can find on Epic Boots, and then of course dismantle them to put it on another item, because having this lets you more easily dodge the attacks, because he will do a ton of attacks close to him. So if you are like in his face, you will get hit often. With the Phantom Dash, you can easily get away. Make sure that you also take the time to clear the ads as well, and then focus on the boss again. The charge you can easily dodge. You can, by the way, leave one of these smaller enemies alive, and then after killing the boss, which gives you the most XP, return to the lobby. If you then hit continue, you spawn right in the boss arena and can do the farm again. And if you return to the lobby, the iron ore will, by the way, respawn too. So if you want some extra crafting materials, then this farm is great for that as well. And of course, also nice, and that is just the thing about these monster hunt farms in general, is that you get 2 epics. And if you are farming for world tier XP, you get them on your current world tier level. So you'll build up a nice library of great loot as well. Overall, it's good to make sure that you have a lot of sustainability, because whatever happens, you don't want to die. So I, for example, use the mod that gives me health back on an ammo pickup, because these smaller enemies here drop ammo all the time, so it gives me some nice extra health. And also smart is to maybe first do this fight and tactic on one world tier below your highest one, so you can really get it down before you try it on the highest world tier to lower your chances of losing any progress. And then really, if you got this tactic down and can do it in 3 minutes, you will get to the max world tier in no time and get extra guaranteed legendaries, and also the other legendary farms you do will have higher legendaries as well. And don't expect big videos on all the legendary farms in the game right now. I will be covering a lot of other stuff as well. Just subscribe for way more Outriders content if you haven't already. A like on the video would of course really help me out, and there's also a ton of awesome stuff already up on the channel, like one video going over amazing mods you totally want to use, also talking about the Phantom Dash, but also a ton of other mods that you might not be aware of, but that will make your life way easier. You can watch it by clicking on the screen, and for now I will speak to you next time, and goodbye.